What seems like a heartwarming Hollywood ending actually conceals one of its darkest real-life tragedies. Watch closely. Goodbye, Charlie. I love you. Yeah, I love you too. Those were the final words in All Dogs Go to Heaven. Burt Reynolds provided the voice for Charlie, while 10-year-old Judith Barsi played the little girl, Marie. On screen it's just a dog saying goodbye to his friend before ascending to heaven. Judith had finished her lines perfectly. But by the time Burt recorded his part, she had already been murdered. Those innocent words, meant for a fictional goodbye, became a haunting farewell to her in real life. So who took the life of this young star? I'm Chris and let's break it down. Anyone who has ever owned a dog or even just met one, knows that All Dogs Go to Heaven is designed to hit you right in the heart. But the real heartbreak was unfolding far away from the cameras, off-screen.
Its young star, Judith Barsi, was living in constant fear. She and her mother, Maria, were trapped with her father, Joseph, a violent abuser. And at work, Judith's stress was showing. During a singing audition for the movie, she broke down so badly, another singer, Lana Beeson, had to finish the songs. Child Services got involved. Maria said she planned to leave, but every time she tried, Joseph threatened to kill them both. Judith even told friends she was afraid to go home. Sadly, she had every reason to be. On the morning of July 27, 1988, around 8:30 a.m., neighbors in LA's San Fernando Valley heard a huge blast. The Barsi house was on fire, and inside was the horror Joseph Barsi had promised for months. Investigators believe he killed Judith and Maria 2 days earlier. Judith was found in her bed, Maria in the hallway. Both were shot, then doused with gasoline. Moments after setting the fire, Joseph shot himself in the garage. Judith was only 10. All Dogs Go to Heaven came out 18 months after her murder, but finishing it almost didn't happen. Every time someone queued up her voice tracks, the crew broke down. Production just stalled. But when Burt Reynolds came in to record that last scene, he asked for a closed set. Just him and a few essential crew. He even brought a photo of Judith into the booth. That day wasn't just about acting. He was saying goodbye to a kid he joked with between takes. Judith called him Mr. Burt. He adored her. She was tiny but fierce, already a pro. She had finished all her lines before she was killed, and knowing how violently her life ended makes scenes like this incredibly moving.
Will I ever see you again?
Sure. Sure you will, kid. You know, goodbyes aren't forever.
On the surface, Judith's life looked charmed. By 10, she'd already been acting for years. Discovered while ice skating in Los Angeles, she became one of the most familiar faces on TV in the mid-'80s. Over 50 commercials, guest spots on Cheers and Growing Pains, plus roles in movies like Jaws: The Revenge. In a haunting bit of foreshadowing, she once played a daughter murdered by her father in the miniseries Fatal Vision. But the films that truly made her famous, The Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven, didn't come out until after her murder. By the mid-'80s, Judith was earning about $100,000 a year. Huge money for a child actor then. It let her Hungarian refugee parents buy a modest house in Los Angeles. Her father, Joseph, worked off and on as a plumber, but mostly lived off of Judith's paychecks, while Maria took her to set. And he hated it. He drank, raged, and threatened to kill Judith in front of Maria just to make her suffer. Friends say he talked about murdering her and his wife hundreds of times. Before a shoot in the Bahamas for Jaws: The Revenge, Joseph put a knife to Judith's throat and said, "If you decide not to come back, I will cut your throat." Now, that level of terror doesn't stay hidden.
Judith began pulling out her own eyelashes. She told friends, "My father drinks every day, and I know he wants to kill my mother." By May 1988, everything reached a breaking point. Just before an audition, she collapsed into uncontrollable sobbing. She couldn't even speak. Her agent insisted she get help. A child psychiatrist became involved and reported the abuse to Child Protective Services. But nothing changed. When authorities visited the home, they found no visible injuries. Maria, still living in fear, refused to file charges. She remained trapped between two terrors: what he might do if she tried to leave, and the thought of abandoning the life she had worked so hard to build for Judith. In the end, Maria was attempting to escape quietly and carefully. She had even rented an apartment closer to the studios, planning for a moment when she and Judith could leave during filming. But they never got that chance. Joseph killed them before they could take that first step toward freedom. Both mother and daughter were laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. On Judith's headstone appears her own beloved catchphrase from The Land Before Time, "Yep, yep, yep." Ducky was her favorite role, and now those words remain her final signature. Judith Barsi left behind a body of work that continues to move audiences decades later. But her real story stands as a painful reminder of the danger that can exist behind closed doors. If you ever believe a child may be in danger, speak up, and keep speaking until someone listens. What are your memories of Judith's films or this case? Share your thoughts and help keep her memory alive.